Right. Can you bloody believe it, you lot? There is a car on the bench, a Nitro car of all cars on the bench. This one is a Traxxas T-MAXX. Can you believe it? And look at the shell. It looks absolutely amazing. It's been sat for, nobody knows how long it's been sat for. It's been sat for an amount of time which is unknown to mankind. Can you believe it? Can you just believe it? I can't. I'm in shock. It's obvious to some of you eagle-eyed amongst, it's not completely standard. There are some adjustments being made. So probably we should have a look to see exactly what's happened. Or maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should just leave it as it is and walk away. Go and have a barbecue or something. A few sausages, a hot dog, maybe a burger. No? Okay. Well, let's have a look. I thought to myself, Orinoco, you've got half an hour to spare. No, because coming from work and all that, and sat down and said to the missus, right, what do you want to do? Play a game? Because we like to play on a game, you know, Fortnite and that kind of stuff. She said no. I said, oh, all right. She says, I want to watch Emmerdale. Emmerdale? All right. Fair enough. So then I thought to myself, let's go and play around with some cars. So here we are. Let's have a look. I can't wait. Bloody Emmerdale. Emmerdale, of all things. I'm going to turn it round this way. Normally I like, when I'm working on a car on this bench, I like it to be facing that way, but just for you lot, because I do know, I am fully aware that when I have it facing that way, you can't see everything because you're looking at the back. So we've got a lovely shell. Don't know how old this particular T-MAXX is. Remember that the first T-MAXX was introduced into the world in 1999. So this is not a 1999. We can have a look at the engine, but going by all the other things that have happened to this car, I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't the original engine. So we might not be able to look at the engine and go, that's the date. You know, that's the day, the year that it was made. Now, someone's decided to put one of these stupid cages on it, which is all very well, fine and dandy, but the trouble is, how the hell am I supposed to work on it? Oh, my giddy aunt, I've got to undo these nuts and bolts, have I? Have I got to undo these nuts and bolts? How do I get it off? There must be an easier way of getting this off. Anyway, what engine have we got? So we've got the 2.5. So if this is the original engine to this car, the 2.5, that means that it could be as old as being from about, I think these come out in 2002, the 2.5s. 1999, they released a T-MAXX. That had the TRX 15 Pro, or Pro 15, whatever way round it goes, I don't know. And then, a number of years later, I can't remember off the top of my head whether it was 2005 or 2002, but the Traxxas geeks there, and the T-MAXX geeks, please put in the comments what year was they released. I can't remember the exact year, but it's around that area when they released the 2.5. And then later on, again I forget the year, but sometime after the 2.5 they released the T-MAXX 3.3, which had the same 3.3 engine as the Revo. And all the other stuff I ain't got a clue about. I just happen to know that because it's little bits of stuff that I've picked up over the years. You know, you pick up little bits of trivia, don't you? This one's obviously had a fair amount of, well, modifications. Tastefully or not tastefully? I'd say tastefully. I like this kind of stuff. I do think these cages are a bloody pain in the arse because they make it difficult to work on, but I mean, you can't get it off. It'd be okay if it had some clips. Clip, pull it off. But I've got to undo these nuts and bolts, which is fine. I can just undo one side and hopefully it should just go. Probably not. Probably not though. I don't know. So, about the engine. Oh, I can't. Where is it? Can I get to that floor? Nope. Can I get there? Nope. I can probably get a screwdriver in there. It turns. It's stiff, but it turns. I've got the pocket computer in my pocket because there's several babies been born in the family. So I've got the pocket computer with me because there's messages going about with said babies that have been born. One of them is having a bit of trouble. So I want to be kept up to date with the news on the said babies. Anyway. What we're doing, this one's got a nice new air filter by the looks of it. What's the tank looking? Bloody Jesus, did you see that? normally they're attached. That one's not attached. Well, I never. What happened to doing that properly? I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, I must have worked on this before because that's something I would do. Anyway, what's the tank like? Got a little bit of nitro in there, a little bit of jelly. Happy days. Now, as far as transmitter goes, I haven't got a clue. It's got a receiver in there, I can see that, but I've got to get this off before I can do anything with it. So let's stop just moaning about it and actually do something about it. So let me get a spanner. Now, hopefully that one's going to fit. Right, that one fits on there. So now we can just get an Allen key. Now this is probably, I'll probably do all this and find out there is a way of getting this off. You lot are probably shouting at the screen now, all you got to do to get it off is just undo that one bolt and then it all comes off. I don't know, I've never encountered one of these cages before. I've seen them plenty of times on cars, you know. I've been down the park and there's been cars driving around with these on. But I've never actually encountered one. I've never actually had to take one off or work on a car with one of these cages on it. So this is a first time for me working on one, you know. But when I see them, I did think to myself, like, that must be a bit of a pain in the arse. I don't know who makes these cages or where you would buy them from, or even if you can still buy them. I haven't got a clue. Is that? Oh, so that just does that. Is that all that does? That just makes it so you can fold it up, look. Right. Okay. Alright then. So what happens if I undo that nut and bolt? Ah, oops. So if I might better flop it up. Let's try flopping it. If I undo this nut, I've got nitro everywhere. If I undo this nut and this bolt, I might better flop it up like that, and we'll see. I don't know what that's all about. Well, there we go. I'm hoping this is a good one because I like this one. I like this one a lot. Oh, someone's cross-threaded that something good. Oh, bloody blimey. Bloody blimey, you lot. What's going on here then? Has anybody seen Johnny Boy recently? He used to be quite prevalent, but then he vanished, and no one's seen him since, and no one knows where he is. I don't know where he is. Quite worried about him, to be fair. That doesn't do a single thing. That didn't do anything. What is that? What is that bolt even for? That didn't do anything. What did you do? Pull it apart? No. Well, I never. That doesn't do anything. Why is there a nut and bolt through there then, if it doesn't do anything? Alright. Well, fair enough. Well, at least I can do that, and we can see, is there a battery in there? I don't want to take this cage off unless I have to. I thought it would be easier to get it off, but it's looking like it's not going to be very easy. So I'm going to leave it on. I'll just dab up a bit of that nitro. That's from another car. Right, let's undo these screws. Now these screws are loose, so that would mean that there is no battery in there, but the wire for the oh, there's the wire for the battery. Oh, I don't take this off anyway though. Yeah, the screws are loose, so someone's been in there and done some jiggery pokery. Oh, I need to see what receiver we got in here. This might have a Spectrum receiver. If this has got a Spectrum receiver, then I know what one goes with it. But if it hasn't, then I don't know what one goes with it. It's as simple as that. What receiver has it got? It's got a Traxxas TQ 2.4 gigahertz. All right, I can do that. I can do that. I've got two of those. 2 and 1. They've got 2 and 1 written on them. So, well, at least I've got two to choose from. That one's got batteries in it. That one's got batteries in it. They've both got batteries in them. So I haven't got to fanny around with batteries. So we'll leave that, put that there a minute. It don't have a number on it, so I don't know what bloody number it is. Right, let's get a battery. Oh, that one's on charge. Is it still charging? Oh, it's ended. Oh, happy days. Right. Let's stick a battery on it. See if we've got any electronicals. And then we can just be happy, man. Just be bloody happy. You never know. You just never know. Always make sure you're happy. You tell your loved ones you love them. You know, just make sure. You know, I always say that to my missus because she never ever says it. She's got a phobia of just saying I love you to anyone. Me, anybody. She will not say it to anyone. And I always say you should say it. Just the people that you love, family, anyone. Tell them off them. Because, well, you just never know, man. You just never ever know. That's on. It's not that one. It's that one. It's back to front now. That was weird. Did you see that? That was weird, wasn't it? I'll zoom you in a little bit. Is that a bit better for you? We've got throttle and brakes, but not very good ones. Oh well, we've got forward and back. It's getting quicker and quicker. Oh, it's because it's back to front. That's why. The brakes are doing the throttle and the throttle's doing the brakes. How do we... anyone know how you do... Oh, sorry, I forgot I zoomed in. Anyone know how you change it? How do we change it? Peak, Stenderman, drive, Pilotata, park. Drive. That's park, is it? And that's drive. Yeah, but how do I change the forward and back? Oh, there we go. That's all very well, but if I steer right, it goes left. If I steer left, it goes right. How on earth do you change it? Well, that's bloody... I ain't got a clue. I don't know how you do that. Well, we'll have to work that out. I'll get rid of that one. Don't need that one for now. Alright then. Well, let's turn that off. Let's button this up so that we don't have receivers and wires flying all over the place. That goes up there. Am I just childish? I think I'm just childish, and I'm just really childish. Sorry. Yeah, I won't do that again. I promise. I know some of you lot that watch these videos are very serious, aren't you? Very serious people. So I must be serious. My apologies. Right, how did this go? Because this isn't really working, is it? Where did them wires come out? Well, they just... Well, this isn't a T-MAXX radio box, is it? No, it's not. I don't think. Or is it an old one? Perhaps it's just an old one, I don't know. Anyway. I think those wires were just... This cage is a bloody pain. Ah, they go out there. This is round the wrong way, you cock. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you say you've got the box round the lid round the wrong way? And then I would have known. But instead, you just let me bloody struggle, look like a cock. I mean, I already look like a cock because I am a cock. But why did you bloody tell me? Right, anyway, so that's bloody cages in the way, look. Who on earth decided? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a roll cage for a Traxxas T-MAXX and I'm going to sell it. And people are going to buy it and they're going to bloody hate it because it's a pain in the arse to do anything to the car afterwards, because I'm going to make it so that you can't just simply unclip it or take it off easily. Bloody bastard. Anyway, that's that. We know what transmitter. We know that it all appears to work. Happy days. That can flop it up over there. We don't really need that. I can put them nuts and bolts back in there again now, really. What else have we got? What else have we got? Right. Come on, Johnny boy. Come on, man. Johnny. Johnny boy. That can go up in there. No, see, now you've put the bloody... Right, what are you doing? I've told you time and time again. That goes up in there. That all gets stuffed up in there. Alright? You happy? Right. That goes down there. Alright? Good. Now that goes like that. Alright? Oh. What the bloody... There we go. Now I'm not going to do these up properly. I'm just going to nip them a little bit just so they don't fall out and vibrate and I don't lose them. Because I'm going to take this battery out again afterwards because I need it for something else. Right, we need a What's-It. We've got a What's-It. I don't know, it's not the one for it, it's just a What's-It. Right, so we've got electric, we've got... That's servos. What's the matter with that servo? That servo's bloody... Anyway, it don't want to go... I think it is full. Yeah, I think it is working. Anyway, we've got to work out the steering because I don't know how you adjust it. I don't know how you do it on these. How do you do it? I don't know. I'm not familiar with these Traxxas bloody TQ things. How do you change the steering so it goes right when you turn right and left when you turn left? I mean, that's a trim. That's just a trim, but that's no good. I don't want that. I want to be able to... Don't know. You lot will know more than me. I mean, I honestly have no idea how you do that. Anyway, what's I doing? Oh yeah, let's see if this works. No. Oh, the blue wire on the starter motor has come off. Very common. Well, normally it's the red one, but this time it's the blue one. So I'll put that back on. We've got to do it with a pair of long nose pliers because some twit decided to put a roll cage right in the way. So perfect, of course. So now we have to use a pair of long nose pliers to put a simple wire back on. There we go. got a bit of, well, for some reason, that's not driving. But anyway, let's concentrate on the engine first. Let's get the engine going. So we've got, it turns over. I was too busy watching that. I noticed that the spur was turning, the clutch was turning the spur, and the spur was turning. The gearbox was doing something, but the wheels weren't going round, or the axles weren't going round. I have got some wheels for it, by the way. Unfortunately, I reckon these are the wheels that are supposed to go on it. Bloody ugly as you can imagine, but they're the blingiest set of wheels that I've got. And given everything else what's happened to this, I reckon blingy wheels are probably what somebody would have put on it. So that's the ones I'm going to put back on it. I'll put them on it in a minute. I don't like working with no wheels on, but I can't be bothered to put them on. I'm psyching myself up. Wheel time, wheel time, wheel time. Okay, so yeah, I was watching that was spinning, but the wheels weren't. So then I thought, well, I'll just spin the wheels. I'm spinning the wheels, and that should be now. You can see all of them are turning, but that should be turning that spur. And even if I change it, see, it's still not doing anything. It's turning I can see it all turning all the diff and everything inside, but it's not turning the bloody gearbox. So we could have something. I don't know, but we'll work that out once we got it running. So let's put a little bit of nitro in this tankaroonie, like that. It's ordinary 20% nitro, nothing special. I found it once when I was out and about walking, and it was looked nice, so I thought I'll have that. So that's exactly what I did. Right, so we want a little bit of primage, so we'll just take that off of there. Now I noticed that the little wire for the glow plug has been taped up several times, but that's fine. It doesn't need anything special. It's just a wire. It doesn't need, you know, as long as it makes a connection to the top of the glow plug, it doesn't matter what the deal is with it. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. We'll concentrate on getting it to run, and then we'll have a look to see whether that actually works. So we'll have a little bit of a blow down here. Now, some bright sparks decided to put the pipe going right underneath, round the exhaust and in there and on the carb there. So what I'm going to do is get this little piece of cloth, and you can see if I pull that off of that carburetor there, can you see that? I reckon you can see that quite clearly, can't you? If I zoom in, and that's cocked there, and when I blow through this pipe we should see a bit of nitro. You might see a little bit of jelly pop out first, and then we should see some nitro. Ready? Have I got my head in the way? No, good. Well, that looked good to me. Tastes a bit like that pipe tastes a bit, oh, I'd say that was probably Aldi washing up liquid, maybe Lidl washing up liquid. Tastes a bit funny. I don't know what it is with these cars. They seem to taste like washing up liquid, a lot of nitro cars. You buy a second-hand nitro car, it either smells like curry or washing up liquid or some kind of soap, but more often than not they smell like washing up liquid. I can't never put my actual finger on the brand, Fairy and all that other stuff, but yeah, funny really. Let's open up the throttle. I heard it prime, I heard it go in, so that's good news. Let's put that on there. It's quite obvious that someone actually did love this truck back at one point in life, because they've done all this stuff to it. They've taken the time to put a bit of heat protection around the pipe, and they've just in general done a lot of stuff. So you can tell that someone at one point did actually, you know, they did take care of it. Bloody hell. Just had to delete a lot of stuff off the blooming memory card. I forgot all about it. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so there we go. Someone did love it at one point. So we've got nitro in there now. We're going to need a glow starter because I've not got the little wire connected. Let's see if it's going to start. Throttle is closed. Here we go. Oh, I need a bit of cloth. Hang on. Because otherwise all the nitro spurts out and goes in my drawers. You know the story. I tell you every time. You know how it goes. So I put a bit of cloth there. That stops that. Now the blooming red wires come off. The red wire is always the one that comes off on these. It's typical. It's not normally the blue one. It's always the red one. But the blue one to start with, and now it's the red one. Getting faster and faster. Getting faster and faster. It might go in a minute. Oh. Nearly. Well, we know it runs. We know it does run now. Smells funny as well. What's that all about? No, it does smell like curry. Let's see if it's going to restart again with a little wire on it. Oh, hang on, that one's come off again. Got to hold my finger on the blue wire, otherwise it comes off. Where's my pliers? Got to hold my finger on this blue wire. But I might be able. I think the starter motor is loose as well because it's moving around a lot. So we might need a little bit of Lily Savage. Do you mind? I want to make that noise. That throttle servo is a bit dicky. No, I don't think it's quite working properly. That little wire is working because it's trying to go, and it's like, you know, it's trying to, but it's not perfect. So at the very least, we're going to have to take the starter motor off, and we're going to have to sort these spades out on these connectors because they're not working very well. Can you probably can't see, can you, the sparks? No, this is in the way. There's sparks coming out of this bloody thing. No. Not working. So we're going. That is trying to work, but we need to get the engine to be, you know, we need to get it properly going, and then we can work that out. I need bloody 6 hands for this rubbish. For God's sake, I've got to hold both of these connectors on, and I can't get my finger in there, so I've got to use pliers. There's no throttle trim on this transmitter, so I can't trim the throttle. So if I turn it off, I can do it by hand. So we'll open up that throttle by hand. There we go. And now if it starts, it will rev up, but at least we know it's going to start. Well, it ran a minute ago. Come on, Johnny boy. I know you're trying. Well, it didn't sound very good, did it? I reckon that was a little bit lean, but we'll see. Let's turn that one out. I don't know if I've got it or not. I can only just about get the screwdriver on there. That's roughly flush with the housing now. Don't know whether you can see or not. but that's roughly flush with the housing. So it might be better, it might not be. I've put a little bit on the high as well. We'll see what happens. Oh, I've got to put that back on again. Let me show you what I'm dealing with here. So what I'm dealing with is nothing difficult. I'm just showing you because I don't think you can see. These are the two positive and negative connections for the little starter motor. Well, that one just comes off, so it's off now, and that one vibrates off as well. So just I can't get my fingers in there to hold them both because the spur's in the way. So get the old pliers in there, hold them on, and I can do that. So yeah, that's just what I'd show you what I was having to do. Happy days, man. This is, oh man, this is such a cool truck, isn't it, eh? I know I moaned about the cage. The cage looks cool, probably serves quite a cool function, but it's a bloody pain. I don't know why they couldn't make it so that you just unclip it or something, fold it back. You probably can, and it's probably me not knowing that you can do that. And you lot are all shouting at the screen now going, but you can. Just unclip it and just fold it up. I mean, stop moaning about it. Yeah, but I didn't know that, you know. I just can't work out what that bolt in there was for. But anyway, let's get this running properly. Right, there you go. Back up there again. Right, let's get this plug on there. There we go. Happy bloody birthday. Right. I'm confident this time. I'm bloody confident. It is driving. Yep, all the wheels are driving, that's good. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get you to see that or not, but all the wheels were driving, so my initial suspicion about that gearbox was false. It's just me being premature. So yeah, that drives, runs really well. All it was just a bit lean on the low speed there. I've frictioned it up about 3 or 4 turns, and now it seems to run okay. Obviously, those of you going to point out it's still not running perfect. I know that, but you can't get it running perfect like that. So now we know that it runs, and it seems to run quite well. It's got one of these stupid things on it. I don't know what that's all about. I love that style of exhaust, that black exhaust that goes around now. I think it looks so cool, man. They really don't make anything like they used to, do they? Now everything's got a stupid design and just looks very stupid these days. Real cars, everything looks stupid. Back when this was made, probably around, I reckon this is a 2.5, so it's from around 2002-ish, 2002 to 2005, somewhere around that era. I can't remember the exact year when they designed and bring out this variant of the T-MAXX, but obviously the whole T-MAXX is from 1999, so, you know, fantastic designs. They really did. They just don't, nobody makes anything good anymore, unfortunately. But anyway, let's turn that off so it shuts up, and put the wheels on. Yeah, these are the wheels. Yeah, they've got good tyres on. They're just, I think they're a bit ugly. I don't know what that's all about, but we'll put them on. They're the ones that I'm pretty sure go with it. They actually look quite cool now. Now they're on it. I mean, I'm not a fan of them really at all, but they don't look too bad. You know, there's a lot of stuff on this truck. You know, there's all sorts. There's arms and things and more things, and they're different shocks. I think that's the chassis, the standard chassis plate. There's loads and loads of upgrades, I suppose you could call them, on this car. And to be fair, you know, it does look really cool. There's even a blue nut there and a blue thing there. Look, I don't know what that's all about. That's actually really, really cool. I actually like that a lot. That is awesome, man. I like that because it's obviously the original shell, because that is an old shell. That's not one of the new shells. That's an old style shell with the coral flames. I like that kind of thing. Some people would call that retro, but yeah, I like that. I think that's awesome. We've even got, I think we didn't look underneath it, did we? But I have had a look underneath it, but I didn't show you lot underneath it. It's even got, oh, look, we're leaking out the exhaust. Look, all blue under here. It's got a blue servo horn. Someone liked the colour blue, apart from the orange silly exhaust thing. But yeah, it's got all skid plates, all blue. Hardly any use, I reckon, on them. You know, there's not a lot of scratching. TRX all over that. That's pretty serious stuff, man. So I like that a lot. This is a very, very cool T-MAXX. So we know that it runs. We know that it will drive. The reverse works. I don't know whether I said it to you, but you probably was watching when the wheels were off it and I was revving it and I put it in reverse and the wheels went backwards. Well, not the wheels, but the drive shafts went backwards. The servos are a bit slow, but what do you expect? You know, they're going to be a bit slow. I've no idea how long it's been sitting around for. It could have been sitting in someone's shed for donkey's years. I don't know. If you know what actual year this particular car was from, because you're a Traxxas or a T-MAXX geek, please put in the comments. I'd love to hear all the information you've got, because I know nothing. I'm just a wally on YouTube winging life, loving it at the same time. So there will be, well, there's nothing left to do with this one apart from test drive it. And the little wire for the glow plug does work, but a bit funny anyway. So there'll be a test drive coming up soon. If you like Traxxas, if you like T-MAXXs, please think about sticking around. The test drive will probably be maybe the weekend if I get a chance. But there's a few other test drives I need to do as well. So if you like Traxxas, please think about sticking around. If you like Nitro cars, think about sticking around, because what I normally do is get old wardrobe finds, shed finds, loft finds, barn finds, old Nitro cars that have been sitting around for ages. I get them going. If I need to repair them, I repair them. If the engines are seized, it doesn't matter what it is, I will get it going. And then I'll make videos about it, all for you lot to see and to enjoy, hopefully. And then I sell them on to try and keep them from going in the bin, because it's all too easy for someone to find, oh, that was the old Nitro car from years ago, put it in the bin, it's no good no more. People don't like them. People do like them, but people are just a bit lazy these days. Anyway, thanks for watching. Treat people nicely. Treat people how you would like to be treated. And we should all have a nice, happy life. I'll see you later on. All the best. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.